Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. It is an awesome day today. Today we will be working on the Reba Ram. My little improvement on this thing finally came in, and they are LEDs by Lumens. Finally came in. It took quite a while. This company, I've heard a lot of good things about them. And so far, their product is really, really nice. I did just get lows and fogs for my truck because, I mean, with these LEDs, I shouldn't really have to use the high beams that often. So it saved me a little bit of money, and it'll still look awesome. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. It seems like a pretty simple, I say simple, hopefully it's simple, kind of upgrade to the truck, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. First things first, you got to take off this little cover right here to get access to the I think there's four 10mm bolts to take off the grill, and then we could start taking out the headlamp. The headlight will be kind of simple, I think. It's the fogs that I'm worried about. I've never changed out a fog light at all, so I have no idea if there's easy access to it or what, so I'm hoping that goes pretty simple. But let's just start out with the low beams and we'll go from there. Hopefully this goes pretty simple. So I will start working on this. I'll check back in with y'all here in a little bit. I got the front cover off. Now I have access to the four 10mm bolts that holds on the grill, so I'm going to start getting that undone, and you should be able to just pull the grill straight out. You want to be very careful and pull it straight out because you don't want to sit there and damage your bumper paint if it is painted. You want to be sure not to scratch that, so be sure and be careful, be very, very careful when you're pulling that out so you don't damage your bumper, your paint, anything like that. So I'm going to start taking the grill off, and then we'll have easy access to the headlamp, and I'll show you how to take those off. All right, now I got the front grill off. As you can see, one tip I do want to tell you is I always put the screws, after I get done pulling them out and pulling the grill out, I always put them back where they're supposed to go so I don't get them confused, because even with this grill I had two different kinds of screws in them. These right here are a little bit longer than these right here, so that is just a simple way to keep yourself from getting confused. So I suggest that you would do that, which I'm sure a lot of people do, but I just thought I'd go and tell you about it. So now we have access to this 10mm bolt and this one as well, and then we have one clip on the inside of the fender well right in here, inside of the fender liner, I'm sorry, right in there, and then we should be able to pull the headlight straight out. The grill is very easy to take off. Once you did get unscrewed, you had two clips in here, one right there, one right there, and all you had to do is literally pull them out, give them a little tug, and it pulled very easily out. It wasn't no big deal at all. So I'm gonna get to work on these headlights right here, the headlight housings, and I'll check back in with you guys after I get them out. As you can see, I got one headlight out. It's sitting over here on the table. This just makes it a whole lot easier to work with, and I'm pretty sure it's almost impossible to do without taking your headlight out. The reason I had to get in the fender liner over here, as you could see, there's like a little doorway over there, and it's held in by this little clip. You got to reach your hand up in there. It comes from the factory down. That's like the locking position. You have to get in there with your finger and push it up, and that way you could pull the headlight out. It's very easy to do. It wasn't that hard at all. And I put my wiring harness up here so it doesn't scratch the paint. And now I can start working on the headlight and installing the new bulbs. Okay guys, as you can see, I have changed clothing. That's because, hey, where were we?
We were at Cooper's birthday party.
Yeah, I got interrupted because I forgot it was Cooper's birthday and he's playing in the rock. So we had to go do his birthday really fast, and now I have continued on working on the truck. It actually worked out my benefit because I had to pick something up, because I don't know if you could tell. No, you can't on camera. Right there, this is like a heat sink for it's on the back of the bulb. Here, I could show you too. See right there? That's what it is. It wasn't clearing my my headlight housing, so I actually had to go buy a little sandpaper that I hooked onto my drill and just barely take off any material. That way it could still go on, or that way it could still go in. I didn't have to take that much off. So, and as you can see, I got it in there nice and tight. Now I gotta run the rest of the wiring. Somehow I gotta figure that out, because I'll be honest, I've never done this. You want to do it for me? I got me an audience out here. Cooper's playing with his little four-wheeler. Cooper, happy birthday, buddy. today's actually Cooper's birthday. So his actual birthday. He's 2 years old. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. I don't know if you could tell on camera, but it's starting to get dark, so I'm gonna hurry up and try and get done with this side. I'll show you the end product, and then I'll go ahead and do the other side, probably off camera, and then we still gotta do fog lights too, so I may have to get a light out here and start working on it. So, all right, I'm gonna get working on this. I'll check back in with you guys later. All right, guys. I'll admit, this sucks, okay? All right, got people in the way. Check this out. Bam! Look at that. Look, this is you. This is the guy she tells you not to worry about. Look at that. I was worried that the dust cover on the back of the bulb wouldn't fit on there, but I even got that to fit on there. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and drill like a small hole in there or something like that so he can escape, and that way it doesn't like burn up my headlight housing or anything like that. So I'm gonna get on that next. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was, but it is kind of aggravating sometimes. But as you can see, the light is going down, which it looks bright on camera, which it isn't. But I'm gonna put that one all back together, and then I'm gonna start working on this one, and then we'll do the fogs. The fogs should be just plug and play, but I could be wrong. But I'm gonna start working on this, and I'll check back in with you guys later. All right, guys, as you could tell, it is daylight. As you could tell, it is nighttime. Don't make fun of my hat light. Check this out. As you can see, I got it all back together. I got the top cover on, I got the grill on, the headlights all bolted in, no bolts left over, which is good. If I can find my keys, check this out. Look at that. I don't know how it is picking up on camera, but out here it is awesome. Lumens makes an awesome product, and I stand by it so far. I mean, it's just, obviously they've only been installed, I think, like 5 minutes, but I couldn't be more happy with them. I mean, they turned out awesome. I got the holes drilled into the dust covers, that way heat can escape if it needs to. Hopefully they don't get too hot with that thing on. If they do, then I'll just end up taking the heat cover off, or the dust cover off, and that way it could get, I mean, a lot of heat coming out, or a lot of airflow in there. I just want to keep the dust covers on there as long as possible, obviously, so dust and moisture can't get in there. And I don't want them in my headlight covers, or my headlight housing, because that would look like crap. I could not be more happy with them. I mean, they turned out awesome. So now I'm going to start on the fogs. Hopefully that goes just as smoothly. The reason this has taken me so long, I think it's been like a total time of maybe 2.5 hours of me work on it. The reason it's taken me so long is because I have replaced just stock bulbs. I've done that plenty of times. That's easy. That's just unscrew and screw back on. Which, I mean, this is somewhat the same, but then it's not. It's really not hard at all, though. You just got to figure out where all the wires go, what plugs into what, and then, I mean, you kind of get the point. But I've never done it before, so I was kind of learning as I went. And so far, it wasn't that bad. This side, the right side, the driver's side turned out it went way smoother than this side. I mean, the passenger side, that was my very first time doing it. I think my driver's side took me all of like 15 minutes to do it. So, I mean, that wasn't bad at all. All right, guys, so I'm going to get to work on the fogs, and I'll check back in with you later. All right, guys, check that out. That is awesome. I had a little bit of trouble with this fog light on the driver's side. For some reason, I don't know what you could call them. For some reason, the little parts that you screw in right there on the light bulb, this is a stock one, by the way, obviously, it was too thick. So I literally had to get my little Dremel tool or whatever, my little sandpaper tool right here, and I had to sand some of it down to where it would fit in those little holes. I don't know why I had to do that. I mean, it worked, obviously. They are still in there nice and tight. I mean, they don't wobble at all, and it turned out really good. So check that out. It turned out awesome. It's a great little improvement for the truck. I'll be honest, it wasn't cheap, but in my opinion, you kind of pay for what you get. I think these lumens, the low beams and fogs, I didn't do high beams because I won't really need them with these low beams because they're kind of bright. I don't know if you could tell. Yeah, they're very bright. I think all together I paid about $290, something like that. So it definitely wasn't cheap, and I had to wait actually kind of a while, almost 2 months, but it was worth the wait. And plus it was too cold outside to get it done. anyways. I would have had to wait anyways, but I mean, finally got it done. They got them shipped to me and I got them installed. Altogether, I probably spent about 3 hours ish, something like that on it. So I mean, if you actually know what you're doing, you shouldn't have to worry about it. You should be able to get it done way faster. But all right guys, that will do it for today's video. The Reba Ram is looking good. Just a couple more things that I might want to do to her. I don't know. I kind of like how she is right now. She's nice and reliable. Hopefully these lights don't give me any problems. I really hope they don't. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys had an awesome Christmas. Hope you guys had an awesome New Year's. Tell your friends and family to subscribe, please. I desperately need it. So that'll do it for today's video. See you guys later.